Hey everybody, and welcome to Steelbook Obsessed. Jake here, and it is now time for New Release Roundup number 47. That's how you do it right there. New Release Roundup number 47. We have 61 new titles to talk about today, and there are a lot of great new releases to talk about. Here is just one of the 3 stacks that I have to talk about today. Maybe one of the biggest new release roundups I've had so far. Love doing these, but even though it hasn't been that long since I've done one of these, I am getting so many movies added in my mailbox to open for all of you to show off. I might as well showcase them all off here in one long form video for you to watch. If you like this type of stuff, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that fun stuff. But let's waste no more time and start with the first movie on the top of one of these stacks, and that is Blackberry. I absolutely adore this movie. When it came out 2022, 2023, whatever year it was my my movie of that year. It's what really got me introduced to Matt Johnson's work, and I think this movie is absolutely perfect. Yeah, no bad things to say about it. This release is from OCN Direct, which is, you can find on Vinegar Syndrome's website, from IFC Films. There are 2 different cuts of the movie on here, which was like an immediate, okay, I'm going to buy it full price right now. And I'm glad I did, because this sold out very, very quickly. The slipcover, I think you can still get the standard version, but the slipcover sold out in like a day. Very, very fast. There is a 120-minute theatrical cut, and Blackberry, the limited series, the 136-minute extended presentation that was only aired on AMC+. Very cool to have this in the collection. I got this from themovieroom.com. I think there are still a few copies left with the slipcover. If you would like to add this to your collection, make sure you use my discount code STEELBOOK10 to save 10%. But let's keep the ball rolling, shall we? Let's go over a movie. I've seen all of the movies from director John Carpenter, and a lot of them hit, a lot of them miss. This one, for me, falls right in the middle of his filmography, and that is Vampires. Probably his last fun film, his last good film. Everything else after this, The Mission to Mars, The Ward, not great. Not great in my opinion at all. This is the Viavision edition. As you can see, it's a nice big beefy box set. Love me a good lenticular. There's a lot of nice pops from this steak and the people and the 2 faces right here. You got some James Woods action going on. There's some vampire action on the back. I really do like these Viavision box sets quite a bit, but you have to really be a fan of the movie in order to want to have a box set like this. You get the original theatrical artwork poster for the inside art. Always nice to see that. I haven't checked to see if there is alternative artwork. There is like that. Why would they choose that? That's always a weird thing for me. Like, they do the double-sided thing, but then they have a black case for their 4K. Don't really get that. But you get a 4K of the movie. You also get a Blu-ray of the film, so that's always nice. The 4K is region-free. The Blu-ray, I don't know if it is or not. I know on Umbrella stuff it is. On Viavision, I have not checked yet. You also get this book. Also, different artwork. I love when different artwork is used on every orifice of the packaging and everything included inside of it. You know, just your average run-of-the-mill book. I want to say this is like a, what the heck do you call it? Production information type book. It's interesting. Interesting stuff here. Weird and wild stuff. And then you also, what I love about these Viavision sets is that their art cards come in a nice little glossy envelope like so. That's just a nice premium touch here. And I'll go over all of them. This is my favorite picture though, because it actually has a picture of the man, John Carpenter, on the inside. Fun little romp, especially with Sinners winning Best Picture. Might not be a bad idea if you're looking for more vampire fare to wet your whistle. This isn't a bad one. This is a pretty fun one. This is definitely more akin from Till Dusk Till Dawn type vibes in the sucker. Actually, I've shown off all of them. Let's put John Carpenter back on Front Street here. Put these cards back in the envelope like so. If I can line them all up. There we go. Nicely done there. And there that is. Also comes with a J card that is individually numbered. These aren't selling that great so far. I got 116 out of only 2,000 copies. Maybe I just got one of the first presses when they sent this my way, Viavision did. And maybe it is selling well. I guess I don't know. Normally when I look at the numbers, it's a good telling of like how well one of their titles is selling for them. Here's a movie that I watched right before the Oscars because I wanted to watch as many, movies that were nominated for Oscars as I possibly could. Love me some Richard Linklater. Love me some Ethan Hawke. Blue Moon is unlike any other movie that either of them have made, which is very nice. This movie was a breath of fresh air to me. It kind of feels like a play that could have been made as a play, but they decided to film it into a movie. Sony Picture Classics came out with this release. Ethan Hawke's performance is phenomenal. It is absolutely spellbinding. He sinks into that role, and you do not get a lot of Ethan Hawke from that role at all. Margot Qualley, the girl from The Substance, and a whole bunch of other movies. This is my favorite role of hers in this movie as well. Bummer about this release on Blu-ray is that there's no special features, no anything on here. It's just the movie. Normally when that's the case, I get rid of the movie. I'm keeping this sucker because I really enjoyed this film quite a bit. Again, it's something completely different for both of their filmography. So yeah, very happy that I watched Blue Moon. Next, let's go over a weird oddity here. Here is Richard Pryor Here and Now on 4K. It's weird because I was randomly up at like 1 a.m, could not fall asleep to save my life. So I'm like, let's pop in some 4K stand-up and see what that's all about. Because I've never seen a 4K stand-up special before. I haven't heard a lot of Richard Pryor's like full stand-ups. So I'm like, yeah, let's just give this a shot. Pop this in my player. Did not play. It recognized the disc, but it would not play for me. That's the only player I've tried it in, but that's the only instance in that 4K player where I put a disc in and it just doesn't do anything. I don't know why that would have happened. It's just bizarre to me. So I have not seen this. I still want to. I need to put it in one of my players upstairs. This also came with a digital code, so I could just watch that, but I want to see a 4K stand-up special. That sounds very, very intriguing to me, and I will do it. Okay, I'll do it. I also did watch Excalibur from Arrow Video, and this movie was fine. People were losing their minds that this was finally getting a nice home video release, and I'm just not the type of like I don't know, like fairy tale type. I don't know. I know it's Excalibur and I know it's that whole lore and everything. Not really my cup of tea. That being said, this movie takes it very seriously and plays it for adults. A lot of action. Maybe this action was revolutionary in the 80s. Now it didn't really hold up that well for me. Some of it was great. Some of it just looked like, oh, you hit me, I'm falling down. Like it was doing, what the heck do you call it? Medieval times type stuff. I don't know. I'm glad the people who wanted this movie on 4K finally got it. The 4K does look pretty dang good. The amount of extras that are on this release are absolutely striking. There haven't been a lot of strong physical media releases in 2026 so far that I've seen. I've not seen Ben-Hur yet. We'll get to that stack. I have seen this one. This is my favorite release of the year so far, but I'm really hoping something else comes around that really like knocks me on my feet. And if I was a fan of the movie, this would be like, I'd be a lot more excited about the film, obviously. Comes with a book, obviously comes with a double-sided poster. Love that artwork. Yeah, very, very cool stuff. Just not really my cup of tea movie-wise, and that's a little bit of a bummer. But if you're a fan of this movie, do check it out because 4K looks great. So many special features to sink your teeth on, including like a documentary from the time directed by Neil Berger. Like I thought that was very fascinating. They packed the sucker full with bonus material content, just like Arrow Video is very good at doing. But now let's go to another release I got from themovieroom.com. We got Boxcar Bertha, directed by Martin Scorsese. That's really the only reason why I wanted this release. Again, it's another like period piece movie, the 1920s. I mean, Excalibur is completely different, very hundreds of years ago. This is at least in the 19th century of some sort. Not, I don't know, anything that, for the most part, any like period piece movie, it takes a lot for me to get interested in it. I'm doing this for the Scorsese of it all. I haven't heard the greatest things about this movie either. This was made, I think this was like his second or third movie. And I don't know. I'm very interested to see just the evolution of Scorsese's filmography. I've seen about half of his films. Very happy that this movie is getting a 4K of anything, and that Vinegar Syndrome put it out. Very bizarre. You can see it's individually numbered. I got 38.94 out of 5,000. And if you've never seen a cinematograph title before, it comes in like a book, hardbound book type packaging, which is kind of cool. And there's also pages inside here that you can read. Imagine that. There's a 4K Blu-ray disc included on this sucker. And there's a nice little pull string here so that when you load your release in here, it's very easy for you to pull it out whenever you need to. It's the little things here. There's a lot of great artwork on this release. Like, I didn't want to have this J card on here, but there's no good place to put this J card besides on the release, because the artwork on the back, like, that pops like crazy too. I just don't know what to do with this part because it doesn't fit in the case when you fold it all the way up. That gripes me more than anything. I wish more companies would design those to fit into the box just so you can hide this kind of garbage stuff. I don't need this. I don't need this. I want the beautiful artwork to shine every single time I pull it out of the shelving behind me, you know? Now here are 3 releases that I had a hell of a time securing. And honestly, if it weren't for the fine folks at Lionsgate and particularly one person that was able to send some of these my way, I don't know if I ever would have got a good copy. I think ordering physical media on Amazon is such a Wild West approach and feeling. You never know if it's going to get to you in one piece. You never know if their bubble mailers are going to hold up. Normally they don't. Even when they send it in boxes, sometimes I get damaged steel books. I got Saw 2. I got Saw 3, I got Saw 4. I'm very happy to have all these on 4K because I love this franchise very, very much. I think it's some of the strongest, like, continual storytelling in any horror franchise. There is that. I think in one of my new release roundups, I showcased off me purchasing this on Amazon and opening it up for the first time and just being completely shocked that I got it in the condition that I did. I am very, lucky. I'm in a place that not a lot of other people are, to where I can get sent this stuff and I know that the people sending it are actually going to look and see if it's in great shape. I know that that's not going to be everybody's forte. In fact, it's hardly going to be anybody's forte. But there's got to be a better way from Amazon, because I love having these movies. I love that they're in the collection. But the fact that Amazon's the only place to get them is a little bit of a bummer, because even if these were Walmart exclusives, I would still be able to go to a store, pick over them, because I am lucky enough to have a great Walmart very close to me as well. So, I wish Amazon exclusives are great for like non-steelbook releases, because for the most part, it's kind of hard to mess up any type of other packaging. But for steelbooks, and they dent so dang easily, I will say that the first time I returned Saw 2, it was a very easy process. The second time I returned Saw 2, they were like, what's going on here? Why are you returning the same thing multiple times? So it also with Walmart, it would just be nice to kind of walk in, return it, say, this is damaged, I just want another one. And they wouldn't bat an eye. So again, very happy to add these to the collection. I just wish that steelbooks weren't on Amazon, because you never know what you're going to get. And that is a very, very crappy feeling. That is for dang sure. Sticking on the steelbook route, talked a little bit about Ben-Hur. Let's talk a little bit more about Ben-Hur, because I have it on glorious 4K steelbook. You can see that the title is nice and debossed, nice and poppin'. I've heard that this is one of the best transfers ever on the 4K format, so I need to watch this sooner rather than later. This is just such a time commitment. It is so dang long. The movie is so long that the movie is split onto 2 4K discs, which is wild to me. Very cool. Warner Brothers is, they didn't want to skimp out on transfer wise. They didn't want to like shrink down the awe factor of that 4K transfer. So they took 2 100 gigabyte discs and just put the whole movie out, and it wouldn't fit on one. So they put it on 2. Love it. Absolutely love that they did that. And I will be watching this, but hopefully I will soon-ish. I don't know when I'm going to have 4 hours to watch a movie, but hopefully that time comes very, very quickly. Next up on Blu-ray, I've got Zootopia 2. I saw this with the kiddos in theaters about a month ago. Had a really good time. I think the first Zootopia is damn near perfect. One of the best movies that Disney has put out in a very long time. This one, they had a hit on their hands and they kind of played it safe, in my opinion. Not nearly as good as the first movie, but now it's the highest grossing animated movie ever made. So what do I know? As long as they just play the hits, I guess they're going to be fine. Yeah, it's still a fun movie. Glad to have it. Could not get my hands on the 4K Steelbook because it sold out like crazy fast. So happy to own the movie, but hopefully one of these days I'll get my hands on that 4K Steelbook. Speaking of 4K, here's a movie from Searchlight Pictures that I just recently got. Is This Thing On? Starring Will Arnett and Laura Dern, directed by Bradley Cooper, about stand-up comedy. A combination of things that I did not think I needed in my life, but I think this is going to be a very, very fun flick here. I've heard good things about it, not great. I've seen every movie that Bradley Cooper has directed. He hasn't directed a lot, but I've seen every one. Got to continue that trend and watch Is This Thing On? Next up, let's go over an Umbrella Entertainment release. I don't have a lot of those this new release roundup. I've got a couple, and this one I'm very intrigued to watch because I didn't know anything about it before I did my unboxing, but then every time I do an unboxing for like TikTok, Instagram, the short form feed stuff, I like to watch the trailer for the movie so I can be a little bit insightful on what I'm watching. The Horseman kind of blew me away with its trailer because it was kind of a mix of Taken and Hostel. Like Taken, like you took my daughter type thing, you killed my daughter, that type of mode, like I'm gonna seek revenge, except this goes to like the nth degree and goes like hostile territories of gore. I'm very excited to watch The Horseman. I want to say this is an Australian film too, so it makes a lot of sense why Umbrella would want to put this release out. And they always do the highest of quality with their packaging. Love their stuff with a passion. Even different artwork on the inside here. You get a Blu-ray disc, and then you have a poster, double-sided poster of the artwork that's been shown before. You also get a nice beefy booklet. If you've seen The Horseman, let me know in the comments because I am intrigued. I haven't heard anybody talk about this movie ever, so it'd be nice just to hear some feedback of some sort. All of the cards this time around look like they are differentiating artwork, like posters and such. So that's kind of cool to see something different on your card releases, because more often than not, it's just like stills from the film that gets so old. Very happy that Umbrella decided to go this route. This sucker is also individually numbered. All their collector's editions are. I got number 275 out of only 750. And it also came, last but not least, with a booklet to go over some... ooh, that's a fun little booklet there. A little bit differently set up. Very, very nice. Excited to watch this one. That'll happen sooner rather than later for sure. Slide that back in. All right. Now let's go through a Shout Factory Scream Studios Steelbook. This is a Shout Studio Steelbook, excuse me, not Scream Factory. We've got Nightcrawler, and I did do a 4K review for this movie. Transfer-wise, it looked phenomenal. Very happy that this movie in particular finally got the 4K treatment because it pops like mad. I did get this at themovieroom.com. You can use my discount code STEELBOOK10 to save 10%. If you like the movie and you just want to watch the movie, worth the purchase because the transfer is phenomenal. If you're looking for anything else, there's one new special feature on here done via Zoom or some type of like video webcam call. A lot of insight to be had. It just doesn't look the best. So if you like the movie, if you really like the movie and you want to see an upgrade, I do believe it is an upgrade over the Blu-ray, but just wanted a little bit more. I hope that there's another boutique label out there over in the UK or Australia that gets their hands on Nightcrawler, because this movie deserves so much more than what it got from Shout Studios, unfortunately. Now let's go over a big beefy imprint box with The Last Seduction. I have been getting into the erotic thriller genre for the past like 4 or 5 months. There's been a lot of these movies getting released out on 4K again. Vinegar Syndrome with Sliver, Lionsgate Limited with Basic Instinct. There's been a lot of them. Imprint with Jade earlier, and now with The Last Seduction with the same actress. And this release is kind of cool for a couple of different reasons. Number one, love that each of their movies in these box sets get the case treatment. So here is The Last Seduction on both 4K and Blu-ray. But to kind of change things up a bit, and for the first time on physical media ever, you get the Noir edition. Yes, a black and white cut of The Last Seduction, both on 4K and on Blu-ray. I think that's pretty dang neat. Something that I would not expect from this type of movie, but if it is kind of like a film noir type adventure, it's kind of cool that they are going back and putting out a black and white version. And I bet the black and white version absolutely pops on 4K as well. You also get a hardbound booklet in this box set to boot. And one thing I like about these imprint sets is that this normally gets put on here, but it's small enough to where it can go off here. You can showcase the artwork, and you can put this card in this release like so, and it fits, and it's great. And I absolutely adore that from Imprint Films. One of the many things that I adore. Also, these boxes, just closing triangle style. Ooh, that is very, very nice. And I put it on backwards. I put the case on backwards, and it still fit mighty nice. There we go. There is The Last Seduction. Now let's talk about a Kino Lorber. I don't think we've talked about any Kino Lorber yet. Let's do the Peter Sellers early classics with five of his films. Excuse me. We get Man in a Cocker Hat, I'm All Right, Jack, Two-Way Stretch, The Wrong Arm of the Law, and Heavens Above, all in here. It's a 5-disc set. Each of these movies are going to be on their own disc because they've all been already put out by Kino. So if you're just looking to add some Peter Sellers in your life and want to do it a little bit more on the cheap side because it's a value pack, this might not be a bad way to go for you. Here's a steelbook for Wicked for Good. Saw this with my family in theaters as well. Here are the ticket stubs to prove it right there. I love putting my ticket stubs in my releases. Big step down from the first one, in my opinion. There's a couple fun scenes in here, but was wanting more with this movie. There are so many different physical media releases for Wicked for Good, though. It's absolutely insane. Had to go with the steelbook to match the first one that I have, but the slipcover, if you're just looking to add it to your collection, the slipcover looks mighty, mighty nice as well. Next up, let's go over a Shudder title here with the latest edition in the VHS line with VHS Halloween. I love having these movies on physical media. 3 years ago during October, I marathoned as many anthology horror films as I possibly could. Fell in love with the VHS franchise, and Halloween is pretty dang solid as well. There's one in particular where they're taking like Sears family portrait photos with children that is going to haunt me for a very long time. Very, very disturbing stuff there, but you know, in a good way, because it's make-believe. It's gross, but there's a lot of good Halloween-y vibes in this movie. I saw it when it streamed on Shudder. Very happy to own it now on Blu-ray. Next, let's go over another steelbook here. Let's do The Wild Robot, a movie that I already had on 4K, but I'm very happy got the steelbook treatment because this movie is amazing. I love this movie very, very much. Wasn't expecting a lot when I originally watched The Wild Robot. Kind of floored me a little bit. Very giving off some Iron Giant vibes a wee bit. Just very, very good stuff. There's a sequel coming out either this year or next year, and I will be watching that with my family as well because we all enjoyed it. So very happy to have a steelbook of this movie in my collection. Next, we've got on 4K a movie that I really haven't heard anything about, but it stars Corey Feldman. Very, very odd from Arrow Video. The Birthday. Unreleased for nearly 20 years, The Birthday has achieved near mythic status. All right, Arrow. Among cult film enthusiasts. Shot on a single, meticulously designed location. Yeah, I'm not going to go over everything, but to just kind of claim that, yeah, this movie's a cult classic. I've never heard anybody talk about The goddamn Birthday. Corey Feldman is kind of an enigma all on himself. Like, either you like him or you hate him, and a lot of people hate him. And I'm not the biggest fan of Corey Feldman, never really have been, but I don't know if maybe one of these days when my friends and I go watch like a So Bad It's Good marathon, I'll bring over The Birthday, because those are the vibes that I'm getting from that film in particular. You know how I told you that I was trying to marathon through as many Oscar movies before the Oscars hit? Didn't have time to watch Hamnet because, again, Shakespearean era stuff, not really my cup of tea. I know that Jessie Buckley, I knew she was going to win Best Actress even before the Oscars aired, just because she was the front runner forever. And yeah, never watched it. I still kind of want to, but I've heard the first 2/3 are a chore to sit through, but it's worth it because of what the third act brings to the table, and in particular what Jessie Buckley brings to the table. That sounds like some cinematic homework, and I don't know when I'm going to be in the mood for that. But if you've seen Hamnet and you think I should watch it right away, let your thoughts be known in the comments. Next up, from 20th Century Studios, we have Ella McKay. I love me some James L. Brooks movies. They are just like very chicken soup for the soul comfort foods for me. I like this cast as well. Have not seen this movie yet. I will be watching this sooner rather than later. Ella McKay. Haven't heard anybody talk about this one either. This one came and went from movie theaters, did not make a lot of money at all. Probably lost a lot for 20th Century, unfortunately. But very happy to add that to the collection for sure. Next up, from 88 Films. Here's a movie that seems absolutely bizarrely crazy. We have Helter Skelter. The director of this movie, I can't remember off the top of my head, but Mika Niyagawa. And this movie takes place in like the fashion scene, but then there's a whole bunch of body horror stuff that happens within there. And just the vibes, the colors that are being thrown across on this movie have me wanting to watch it pronto. It could be one of those hidden gem horror films, and I'm crossing my fingers that it will. This is also individually numbered. I got 2351 out of 4,000 copies right here. I'm trying to marathon through these. I'm about 25 minutes in to this video, and we're kind of close to halfway done, so we'll see if we can get it done in an hour's time. Next one I got was from themovieroom.com. Once again, have not had time to watch this because I just got it in the other day. This is David Cronenberg's Rabid on glorious 4K from Scream Factory. David Cronenberg is a director that is very hit or miss with me, but this one had me very intrigued to watch it. Same artwork as the slipcover, which is a bummer. No, same artwork on the discs as well. No alternate art to choose from. This just seems like a very like chewed up and spit out release from Shout. There are a good amount of new special features on here, but just packaging wise, I don't know if there wasn't a lot of material back in the day that Cronenberg used to market the film, but this just seems kind of bare bones from Scream. I will be digging into this and giving you my thoughts whenever I put it away in the collection. Next up, we've got a couple of Lionsgate limited releases. Let's first go over a steelbook release of The Doors. Oliver Stone's The Doors, starring Val Kilmer. Last time I watched this was when I was in high school, and I don't really remember too much about it. A lot of psychedelic vibes in here. I love how the slipcover kind of keeps the face of Jim Morrison on there. Very cool stuff. And as you can see, I don't know if you can see, but like the eyeballs are different types of dilation in here. And I will say, when you just saw the picture of this steelbook online, did not look the greatest. With it in your hands, it does look pretty dang nice. There's a lot of great gloss spots and whatnot on this release. I don't mind the way it looks. The inside goes with the pupil design as well, both dilated and not dilated. Drugs do wonderful, weird stuff, do they not? They bring you on psychedelic journeys, and I listened to a lot of Doors in like my high school days, and I think I remember this movie being okay, but Val Kilmer completely transfers himself into the body and mind of Jim Morrison. I'm very intrigued to give this one a watch. Again, a very long movie, if I remember correctly. It is 142 minutes. Yeah, that sounds about right. I will be watching this one though, just because it's been so long since I have seen it. One release. We have a couple from Deaf Crocodile. Let's get to those. Because one I have opened, one I have not. But the one I have opened, I've actually watched. Here is Song of the Miraculous Hind, right here from Deaf Crocodile. And the one that I have actually seen is a Bill Plimpton movie, my first Bill Plimpton movie, Hair High. I'm a lover of all things animation, and didn't really know what to expect with this one. It's a spoof of like a 1950s coming of age movie. Think like Grease or Rebel Without a Cause, that type of thing. Plays within those barriers very well. And this is a movie to where like it starts out okay and then it continuously builds. And I thought the third act of this movie went places I did not expect it to and really elevated it pretty highly for me. I had a fun time with Hair High. It makes me very intrigued to watch the rest of that man's filmography, which a lot of those releases Deaf Crocodile has put out, and I have a couple more in my collection, so I cannot wait to give those suckers a watch as well. There's a shot of the inside. Very basic artwork on this one, basic animation skills as well, but I never really was craving to go super out of the ordinary, like with super revolutionary graphics. This got the job done for me. And you can see in here that there is a nice little cast list. Sarah Silverman plays the main female in here. We got both Carradines, Keith and David. Just a lot of cool stuff in this book. And if you are a fan of different types of animation, I would give Hair High a shot because I enjoyed it far more than I thought I was going to. So you just never know. Sometimes with these blind watches, you never know what you're going to get. And that's why I love buying physical media and being a little bit surprised. Brings me back to like the video rental store days. And that's something I always crave and cherish for sure. Another release we have here from Vinegar Syndrome. Haven't watched it yet. I've heard very mixed things on Demon Warp. I've heard this is so dumb it's fun, or so bad it's just bad. So we'll see what side of the fence I fall on with Demon Warp from Vinegar Syndrome. But again, I got it from the movieroom.com. So any Vinegar Syndrome titles that you see on here that you don't want to wait for a sale from their website, more often than not, you can find it on the movieroom.com and save 10% with Steelbook 10, the discount code. And you can get it a little bit sooner than one of their Vinegar Syndrome sales, because you never know when this stuff sells out. It seems to be very random when that happens. Another erotic thriller, this time again from Vinegar Syndrome. We've got Body of Evidence with Madonna and Willem Dafoe. Yeah, I have not seen this movie. I've heard of it, but the only thing I've heard of it is like this is when she was promoting her like erotica album in like the early 90s. I just remember like Madonna and Candle Wax in this movie. Never seen it. That's the pop culture reference that I know from this movie. Don't know anything else about it. This release comes with a booklet. And again, I got this from themovieroom.com, Steelbook 10, save 10%. And it looks like there's an R-rated and unrated cut in here. So that's always nice to have options when it comes to any type of film, really. From MVD, I did watch this release. I'm trying to get more into Jean-Claude Van Damme's filmography because I didn't really grow up with watching his movies. And I had no idea that Jean-Claude Van Damme starred in a movie with Rob Schneider. This is called Knockoff from MVD, the latest release into their Rewind collection. And it's I wanted to like it a little bit more than what I did, if I'm being 1,000% honest here. There is some fun action to be had, don't get me wrong. Rob Schneider is hamming it up like he always does. Comes with a 4K and a Blu-ray. Behind this little mini poster that I like that MVD puts in here that kind of replicates a CED packaging. Very cool, with like the pull tab from back in the day, physical media, very like 70s, 80s style stuff. I watched Sudden Death from Kino Lorber as well from JCVD. That movie is amazing. I really enjoyed that movie. This one, if you want to finish his filmography, go watch it. Otherwise, pretty average to below average action film from Jean-Claude here. Just talking about some JCVD, I got another release in from Scream Factory. Scream Factory Shout Studios. This is a Scream Factory title. It does not seem like it should be a Scream Factory title. Got this one from themovieroom.com as well. We got some Time Cop. And yes, I decided to watch Knockoff before Time Cop, okay? I've never seen Time Cop, but I love me a good sci-fi, like time travel flick. So, I will watch Time Cop. Can't believe I watched that one before this one. But I've heard good things about Time Cop, and yes, I will be watching it sooner rather than later. I have like different stacks over here. Ones that like, okay, movies I've seen, movies that are further on the stack, and movies that are a priority on the stack before I put them away. Time Cop got put into that one. But here's a movie that I did watch because I was a journalism major coming out of college and worked in a news station, all that jazz. I'd never seen All the President's Men before. It celebrates its 50th anniversary this year, and my God, what a film this is. Really enjoyed this movie so much. Dustin Hoffman and Robert Redford put on amazing performances. Warner Brothers, the transfer to me is okay. I don't know if the elements that they were working with weren't the best. This won't be a 4K transfer that you really like run home and talk to anybody about, but it is a great movie nonetheless. Very happy to have it in the collection. Bonus features in here are a lot of like CNN interviews with some of the pundits from that organization, because the main people, Woodman and Schuster, I want to say are their names. They eventually ended up working at CNN, so it makes sense that like the people they interviewed, Jake Tapper was one. They actually had some ties with the original people that they're based off of in this movie. Probably the highest recommendation of this entire video is All the President's Men. That or Blackberry. I gave both of those perfect 5 out of 5 scores. I don't do that often. So if you want to go over and look at my letterbox, I think you can see I've only done that. I've been rating since 2017, and I've only done that maybe 25 times, and I've seen a movie a day. So it doesn't happen that often. Whenever I pull out that perfect card, I really want it to mean something for sure. I haven't seen this movie yet either, but am I gonna give you a perfect score on Dead Silence? Just told you about my love of the Saw movies. This is directed by James Wan, director of the first Saw, written by Lee Winnell, who also wrote the first Saw. So I'm hoping for fun things with Dead Silence. I've never seen Dead Silence before, though. I do love that guy from True Blood. I've only known him from True Blood and like nothing else, so kind of cool to see him randomly pop up in this movie. Again, got this at themovieroom.com, so you can save 10%. Normally, these new release steelbooks don't really get a price cut for a while, so if you want one right off the bat, there you go. Now let's go and talk about another Viavision title here. This one is Ace Ventura: Pet Detective. I have the Shout Studio steelbook right up there, but there's something about like this classic poster artwork that is on this lenticular that really brings me back. Really does something here. I love that artwork on the back as well. But I don't know if you can see this on my release. There's a little bit of like weird, I don't know if it's like stains or scratches or something, but whatever, because this even came in like plastic wrapped. So it had to have come like this off of the line, which is a bit of a bummer. You can see that giant scratch right there. I've barely done anything for this. That stinks, because it's just a mirrored finish and it scratches like crazy, as you can see here. I do like this release though as a whole. I like how they kind of took his his business card, and put that on the discs right there. I just saw that Viavision was coming out with a 4K restoration of When Nature Calls. I like When Nature Calls better than Pet Detective. I don't know if that's a hot take or not, but it's one that I watched a lot as a kid, even more than Pet Detective. So I can't wait to finally get that sucker on 4K. I will give that a rewatch as soon as I get it, because that'll bring back a lot of nostalgic vibes for me. This movie is fun. The whole Finkel as Einhorn scene does not age that well, unfortunately. But yeah, still a fun movie to be had about the Miami Dolphins, a football team. What's not to love about that? Now let's talk about I've got a lot of steelbooks, so let's do another steelbook here. Here from Lionsgate, we have Now You See Me, Now You Don't, in this Magic Trick slipcover steelbook 4K edition, because one is blue, one is red. You slide it over and it reveals different things on the steelbook. This is the stuff that Lionsgate thinks of, that no one else is even like in the realm of thinking. I love this type of stuff so much. Here's the steelbook without the slipcover, front and back. And on the inside, you can also put the discs in this case as well, and it shows you different things. Like, it's cool stuff. Haven't seen this movie yet. I've only seen the first Now You See Me, and thought that one was okay. So I have not seen the second one. I need to watch that one before I see this third one. Let me know if you've seen this one in the comments. It made quite a bit of money. I think they're coming out with a fourth one too. So there must be fans for this franchise out there for sure. Another one from Lionsgate. This is the latest release in the Vestron video line. We've got The Substitute on 4K, baby! The first 4K in the Vestron video line, and the first 4K that I've ever received that has come in a clear case. Look how sleek that looks. I'm such a sucker. I'm such a nerd for different types of packaging. So to see like a first of something, I've seen it come in like a pink with Mean Girls, but I've never seen a clear before. And it's really freaking cool because you can actually see the artwork on the inside rather than the one that I got from Vampires. Just, I don't know, Lionsgate, once again, coming out and thinking outside the box with physical media releases. I've heard very good things about The Substitute. Have not seen it yet, so this is going on the stack that I want to watch sooner rather than later. Tom Bergeron, not Bestron. Bergeron? No, Tom Bergeron was the America's Funniest Home Videos guy. Tom Berenger. That's what it is. The dude from Major League. I see him in a few things, but I never see him as the leading man vehicle. So it's cool. And Ernie Hudson outside of Ghostbusters. Very nice to see. Yeah, I'm interested in this one for sure. One movie I'm not interested in that I kept because my kid really likes this franchise. Five Nights at Freddy's 2. I thought the first one was terrible, like so boring. Don't make a horror movie for kids that boring, man. Especially about one that's about jump scares and stuff. Like, did not care about the plot of that movie whatsoever. Bored me to tears. This one has Megan Fox as a voice. That's not a selling factor for me, but I know I'm going to watch this sucker because my youngest loves Five Nights at Freddy's. A movie that I loved when I saw it in theaters, again, on Steelbook here, was Predator Badlands. This is more Guardians of the Galaxy than it is Predator, but I still had a fun time with this movie nonetheless. And this is like kids' first Predator film. Like, you could definitely show a 10-year-old this and they would gobble it up and have a very, very fun time at the theaters. 20th Century came out with a pretty solid steelbook here as well. I love it when a steelbook opens up and has one continuous image. A little bit on the basic side, but not a bad basic for me. It's not bad. And the movie, I knew I had to have in the collection. Dan Trachtenberg, I've loved him ever since he had a podcast that I used to listen to. And then he's moved into the realm of directing 10 Cloverfield Lane and Prey and Predator. Like, very happy to see that dude succeed as highly as he has, and I can't wait to see what he has up his sleeve next. Next, let's go with another Kino. This is the latest release in the Kino cult line with The Flesh and Blood Show, a 1972 movie that the main reason why I got it, I don't know if you can see it right there, it says Blu-ray 3D, but not only, I don't have a 3D Blu-ray player, I do have a regular player, and I can still watch this movie with the red and blue 3D glasses. I thought that was always such a gimmick, but my copy of Coraline had that, and my kids and I watched that on 3D at home with these really crappy glasses, and it made for a very fun and memorable and amazing home watching experience. So ever since then, I've been like, yeah, okay, any movie I can find that gives me a 3D aspect to watch it on, sign me up, because especially a horror movies in 3D are just so much fun, right? From Arrow Video, Begonia, I don't think won any awards at the Oscars, which is a damn shame. I wish Jesse Plemons would have been nominated for Best Actor. I think he totally deserved it. This is the movie that Begonia was based on, Save the Green Planet, from Arrow Video. This is Arrow Video over in the UK. And again, I got this from the movieroom.com. I from what I've heard, the story follows this and Begonia. It's the same thing. I want to say the endings are a little bit different, but not by much. Like, the main thing that happens in the end happens here. But I've heard this one's a little bit better than Begonia, and I really liked Begonia. So I cannot wait to watch this sucker. Again, it comes with a 4K and a Blu-ray, like so. Just very curious to finally go and watch this. I'm gonna wait a little bit, just so Begonia isn't like so, present in my mind, because I kind of want to be a little bit surprised. And if I wait, 6 months or so, it won't be. So, because I've got the memory of a goldfish. So I cannot wait to rewatch this one a little bit later than sooner this time around. Next up, one of the latest releases from the Warner Archive Collection. They are doing such a great job at just kind of putting out stuff that no other company is really putting out. For me, I'm a lover of animation, like I said a little bit earlier. They have such a deep catalog of animation over at Warner Brothers. But a soft spot in my heart always goes out to the Looney Tunes. Here is the Collector's Vault, Volume 2. It has over 50 cartoon classics, including some that have never hit disc before. So, yes, that, again, right there, boom, I'm going to eat it up. With the acquisition, Paramount's pretty much going to have Warner Brothers, if it passes through Congress, all that jazz. Who knows what's going to happen to their back catalog of titles? So, physical media has never been more important than it is now, because with companies swallowing up other companies, you just never know where the stuff that you want is going to end up. So if it does go away, it'll never go away in my collection. We got a couple Kinos to talk about here. I see one on the stack that I haven't talked about yet, that I have watched, that I have to talk about. It's Mimic. This movie sucked. This movie is terrible. And I love Guillermo del Toro. And this definitely has del Toro vibes on like a cinematography basis. But the story was so bland. The acting was not great. The special effects of the creature in this movie are bad, man. They're like sci-fi original movie bad. We even watched the director's cut, because I heard the director's cut was better than the theatrical. I wish I would have watched the theatrical, because at least it would have been shorter. And I would have loved to see a shorter version of this movie, because to me, the director's cut didn't really improve things at all. But it does come with the director's cut on 4K and the theatrical cut on 4K, and then both versions of the movie on Blu-ray with all of the special features. So if you are a fan of Mimic, not a bad release here at all. Pretty above average for Kino. Normally it's very bare bones with Kino. At least they went above and beyond and put both versions of the film on 4K. I just wish the movie was a little bit better. Definitely the worst Del Toro movie I've ever seen, and I wasn't expecting that going into it. For sure. Another movie that I really, really enjoyed the first movie of was Sisu. So when I got Sisu Road to Revenge in my collection, had to watch that sucker pronto as well. Not as good as the first movie. Let's just get that right out of the gate. First movie is so dang good. And there is some fun action scenes to be had in this movie too. For me, the train scene that's in this movie is worth the price of admission alone. And there are like different like glimpses and smatterings of fun action. But this was more of a drawn out film. Like even at 86 minutes, you don't really feel the runtime, but you just want more things to happen a little bit more rapidly. Not a bad movie, but definitely a step down from the first movie, but definitely keeping this sucker, because I think watching both of them back to back, and we're only talking like 3 hours, 10 minutes max to watch both movies back to back. It'd be a fun double build for sure. Again, got this one at themovieroom.com if you want to check it out for yourself. Let's see here. I'm trying to think of what movies I'm going to rapid fire through here. I'll do a couple Kinos really quick. Movie I've never seen or heard of, A Night in the Life of Jimmy Reardon. Main reason why I got this is because of Mr. River Phoenix. I have not watched a lot of his movies, and I have fun with like these 80s teen drama movies. But there's also little baby Matthew Perry on here. Don't have anything to say about it, but I am intrigued to watch it for sure. Another Kino is The High Low Country here. Again, a trifecta of actors that I'm very interested to see what the heck they did together. And that is Woody Harrelson, Billy Crudup, and Patricia Arquette. Riddle me intrigued there. We have on 4K a movie that I haven't heard of, but ever since doing a little bit of research, I've heard it's a phenomenal film, Somewhere in Time, a romantic time travel movie starring Christopher Reeve and Jane Seymour. Yeah, sign me up. Cannot wait to watch this one either. And let's go over one of the latest releases in the Kino Cult line. They've been releasing all of these Isla films. This cover I can actually show, as opposed to one of them that was very Hitler focused, I guess I could say. This is The Tigress of Siberia on glorious 4K. Va-va-voom. I mean, this is the type of movie you're getting. This is the grindhouse material that I find myself wanting to like divulge in, I guess, because it knows what type of movie it is and it's not backing away from that whatsoever. So I think this is the third or fourth Isla movie that I have in my collection. One of these days I'll start marathoning those. We have a couple more Kinos here. We've got K2, The Ultimate Ride, I want to say is the name. Yeah, The Ultimate High, sorry, on Glorious 4K. I'm a sucker for like Arctic climbing stuff. Like, give me some Vertical Limit, give me some cliffhangers, not diver, they're not diving, cliffhangers with Sly Stallone. Has that movie had a 4K? Are we getting K2 before Cliffhanger? That seems bizarre to me. I've never seen this one, so I don't know what I'm getting myself into. I mean, I kind of know what I'm getting myself into, but still intrigued to watch this one nonetheless, and I bet it absolutely pops on 4K like crazy. And we have Dead Again, which is a very intriguing concept on Glorious 4K. Kenneth Branagh, Andy Garcia, Derek Jacobi, and Emma Thompson, if I can talk and get untongue-tied. Because I go from like present day to like 1920s. Very, very intriguing stuff. She's a romantic murder mystery writer, Emma Thompson is, and they get sucked into like her book world. That sounds pretty dang intriguing to me. We have For All Mankind Season 2 on Blu-ray. Have not seen this show, even though I've heard I need to see this show. I'm just glad Apple TV Plus original series are getting physical media releases thrown left and right these days. I showed off Ted Lasso on one of my last ones. We're getting For All Mankind Season 2. Season 1 already had one as well. I just need to go and watch this because I think the third season or maybe fourth season is coming out on Apple TV Plus very soon, and I just need to get on that hype train because there's not a lot of people watching it, but the ones that are, I've heard nothing but phenomenal things about. Here is Lucifer, the complete series on Blu-ray. It's the size of a DVD case though, and it's in one of these unfortunate like big honkers, encyclopedic looking disc carriers, which I'm not the biggest fan of, but I did read a few issues of the Vertical comic books and I enjoyed that stuff. So I've never seen the show, but now that it's all in one sweet, sweet package, I might give it a shot here. Now let's go over Born Innocent, the Red Cross story. Don't know anything about this. I really do not. But the cast that's in this sucker, if you pull the slipcover down and look at everybody that's in there, it's absolutely wild. We're talking the Go-Go's, Pearl Jam, Soundgarden, Black Flag, the Bangles, Sonic Youth, Dinosaur Jr., Mudhoney, Circle Jerks. Like, so many great bands that I listen to are talking about this random person I've never heard of. So very intrigued to see the story behind all of that. And I love a good documentary. So yeah, can't wait to learn a little bit. Here's a movie that I picked up at Walmart because right now, as I'm filming this, they have this like back in the 2000s side end cap to where they have a whole bunch of movies that came out in the 2000s. This one, Tenacious D and the Pick of Destiny, I did not have in the collection. Shout Select version, no less. I was so shocked to see this. They have Little Nicky as well, the Shout Select version. So if you don't have that, I'm going to get the Steelbook when it comes out. But if you just want the basic Blu-ray, $10 at Walmart, and I could not pass this up. I remember seeing this movie in theaters when I was in high school. I've loved Tenacious D forever. The movie's okay, but the experience of me seeing the movie, I definitely wanted to have in the collection just to kind of remember that. And now the last one, big beefy box set that I kind of want to skim over here is Suicide Club. A movie that I've never heard of before, but after watching the trailer, looks absolutely insane. And just like a lot of these foreign films are, they go for some crazy stuff with crazy visuals. And speaking of which, look at the amazing slipcover on this release. Even if you don't want the big chonky box set with Suicide Club, just getting the slipcover version I think is worth your price of admission alone, just because of how much this absolutely pops, folks. And did I mention this is a 4K disc of Suicide Club? So yeah, very intrigued to finally dig into this release. But yeah, from what I've heard, it seems crazy to me, and that's a good thing, right? I don't want to spoil anything for you. Like, there's a whole bunch of kids that do this in public, and people are trying to figure out why did that happen. Kind of sounds reminiscent of Weapons, if I'm being honest, except not offing themselves, but just kind of disappearing. That's kind of the vibe I got from this as well. Also comes with a nice themed booklet here. Look at that there. A lot of blood-soaked gore in this movie as well. So, yeah. Foreign films kind of hit different when it comes to that department, so cannot wait to watch this one either. Okay. We've got, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 releases left. Let's start off with a steelbook because I have to. I think the rest of these are steelbooks, except for one. Here is Leprechaun on glorious 4K from Lionsgate Limited. There's Warwick Davis right there. This franchise has never been my favorite. In fact, I watched the first one, this one, Leprechaun. Didn't like it. Not my cup of tea at all. But I am happy that it's getting the 4K treatment. On the inside here, you have Warwick Davis kind of pogoing, and there's like one of the holes from his pogo right there. I don't know. I don't know what I should have been expecting from this. Jennifer Aniston, like one of her first roles, if not her first movie role. It's a fun-ish horror movie. I just wanted to have a little bit more fun with it. But if you're a fan, there's a lot of new special features, Lionsgate Limited extras on here that you can sink your teeth into. One movie that I haven't seen that I've always wanted to, because I like to watch as many Stephen King adaptations as I possibly can. That is 1408. And one thing I like about this release is that they went and had it debossed so that this looks more like a door, which is very cool. The peephole and everything. There is the dolphin back there. I've heard promising things about this. Pretty run-of-the-mill Stephen King film. I'm excited to watch this one. And the peephole is the inside middle of the disc. Always love to see creativity like that. Lionsgate, once again, is knocking that out of the park. Like always. Like, what else am I to expect here, you know? Now let's go over... I have 2 more Lionsgate, 2 more Shout Studios, and 1 non-steelbook release. Let's just kind of go through them in a revolving door type manner. From Scream Factory, I've got Piranha on glorious 4K with this glorious imagery right here. I mean, look at that. That is a stunner of a steelbook, and to me, Scream Factory consistently puts out great looking gloss pops on their steelbooks. They just look magnificent in the hand. I'm hoping that it pops on screen when you're watching this. They also have very good imagery on the discs as well. As you can see, I got this at themovieroom.com. You can use discount code SteelBook10 if you would like to save 10%. Let me know if Piranha is a good movie or not, because honestly, I have no idea. But a nice creature feature is fun every now and again. From Lionsgate, we have an Amazon exclusive with Southpaw. After watching Nightcrawler, I really want to give this movie a watch because Jake Gyllenhaal really just chameleoned himself into that performance so well that him in a sports movie, I feel like is going to be a match made in heaven here. Here's also a great looking steelbook, so minimalistic yet, I don't know, striking to me. I really enjoy what this steelbook is doing here. Very therapeutic to look at for me. On the inside, you got 2 people boxing that you can kind of have a boxing match if you want to on the discs. And then Jake Gyllenhaal not looking like he's having a good time on the inside here as well. Next, we'll do the non-steelbook release on a documentary from ETR Media over from Vinegar Syndrome that I got at themovieroom.com. This is The Image Revolution, a documentary about the founding days of Image Comics, which I really enjoyed this. I can't remember where I watched it. I want to say it was like Tubi or something. And I really had a good time with this, so I wanted to add it to the collection. The artwork on this absolutely pops. Like, that was one of the main reasons why I wanted to have it in the collection. And I just really liked this movie, so had to add this sucker. If you're a fan of comic books, this is a no-brainer watch, whether that be on physical media or streaming. I just suggest that you see this because it is very, very solid. From Shout Studios, Scream Factory, we've got David Cronenberg's The Dead Zone, and I've never seen this movie either. There's so many movies in this world that I just have not seen yet. Look how great that steelbook looks, though. You know how I'm telling, like, these gloss finishes on this release? Scream Factory does it so well, man. On the inside, you get a 4K Blu-ray disc and Mr. Christopher Walken staring at you right there. There's a shot of the J card as well. And the last movie that I have here to talk about is a great looking release from Lionsgate. This is an Amazon exclusive once again. And this is The Devil's Rejects on 4K, baby. Out of Rob Zombie's filmography, there's not a lot that I like. This one I love. I love The Devil's Rejects. I remember seeing this in theaters, being absolutely floored, and the unrated version really just cranks the crazy up a notch as well. Unfortunately, only the theatrical cut on this is on 4K, I believe. Is that right, or is it the unrated version only on 4K? I think the theatrical version is the only one that is on 4K. The artwork here, my God, drool-inducing, so damn good. I love every single ounce of artwork that's in here. And then we also get some great disc artwork as well, including a bonus disc with the great documentary 30 Days in Hell about the making of this movie. If you're a fan of this movie and have not seen that documentary, highest of recommendations. It's like 3 hours long, but totally worth the watch. And this also came with some art cards as well. Very, very stylized art cards, but I like it. I like having these little extras here on the back of these. There's a lot of like script inserts, which is just very cool, very unique. Once again from Lionsgate, doing unique stuff with physical media. That's what makes them stand out for me, and really has me enjoying their releases. But there is everything from New Release Roundup number 47. I brought a lot in here at a little amount of time. I think I clocked in at a little around the hour mark, so bravo to me. If you got this far, let me know in the comments what movie in this stack was your favorite and which one you'd pop into your player first. But thanks for watching, and until next time, I'll see ya.